Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another live edition of Legend from the Past and the Future show. I'm Armand, and my sidekick tonight, once again, is Miss Deneen Ward. Deneen, how you doing, Deneen?
Hello, everything's good. Everything's good. Looking forward to a great interview today.
Man, how was your day today?
It was good. Yeah, I actually did a little work today, which,
What?
yeah, I did. I did some work today. So got in my workout. Did you get your workout in today?
No, so I had to skip rope. I didn't make it to the gym. I had to take my mother around today, so I skipped rope today. I'm a bad dude. Man.
Well, rest is a part of health and fitness, so you need a day of rest.
Absolutely.
Go.
I'm excited, Deneen. I'm excited. We have an event coming up March 21st, our Legends Award dinner. Next week, we'll begin promoting that Legend Award dinner. Will you be there in March? You gonna try to make it?
I'm gonna do my best to be there. I love to be with all the people who make this show possible,
Awesome.
and keep our community growing, because that's what they're doing. They're making a difference in the community. So I would love to be there. So I will do my best. So, but everybody needs to be there. People need to come out and support the community.
Yes. Well, we got two exciting guests tonight. One of them is an Arundel High School Wildcat. We're gonna talk about that. And the other one, Nolan Henson. He was on the show once before, but we're not gonna waste time. We're gonna bring them on, okay? Coming to the stage first is Pastor Nolan Henson. How you doing, sir?
Hey, doing great. Thank you too for having us on and bringing us on this day.
Awesome. Not a problem. Well, we're gonna bring a sidekick, none other than the Arundel High grad herself. We'll talk about that later. Regina Lewis. Regina.
Go Wildcats.
Well, look, we want to welcome both of you to the show, man. Welcome to the Legends from the Past and Future show. How you doing tonight, both of you?
Doing well, doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing great. We're looking forward. February is always exciting for me and Regina, so we're looking forward to that.
What happens in February?
Every second week of February, we go to Kenya, East Africa. We'll be in 80-degree weather for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Hey, don't rub it in, man. We're gonna get to that shortly. But before we get started, you know how we do it on the Legend Show. We travel back a little bit. So before we get to you, Red, we're gonna start with Regina. Regina, tell us where you were born and raised.
Ooh, well, I was born in Japan. And so my father was in the Air Force. And so both my brother and I were born in Okinawa, Japan. Eventually came stateside. And so we've lived all over the place. And then finally settled in Prince George's County for just a small season. And then finally settled in Anne Arundel County in Crofton. And that's basically where we were born and raised.
I'm gonna stop you for 1 second. You said he was in what branch of service?
No, I'm sorry, sir. Let me make sure I say that right. He was in the Air Force. Oh, do I hear a boo?
You sure did. You sure did.
This is Army land.
I'm not feeling love right now. Yes,
I apologize for him, but this is Army land, and that's just how we roll on this side.
All right.
My apologies.
All right. First it was about the being at Arundel. Now it's about being in the airport. What is going on?
You went to what high school?
Arundel High School. Go Wildcats.
Okay. Now, when you graduated from high school, did you attend college?
I did not. I was not the college-bound person. I was the one that was just trying to get out there and and get out there in the world and make some money. And so did that. I am a seasoned lifelong professional, administrative professional, and just use all of the gifts that I have in that realm for almost 40 years now.
Does that mean you're a hustler?
I'm sorry?
Does it mean you're a hustler? Is that what that means?
I use my gifts effectively. Let's just put it that way.
Come on now. Yes. Okay, now.
Go ahead.
So now, you married with kids?
I am married. I'm married to a wonderful man, Danny Lewis. I have one biological daughter and a beautiful granddaughter, and I have 2 bonus sons as well.
Awesome. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna shift now to the Reverend over there. Reverend,
Yes,
welcome
sir.
back.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem. Now, we're still gonna go back with you, even though we know a little bit about you. But we're gonna go back now. Where were you born and raised?
Actually, I'm gonna give a shout out to Clay Hill because it's maybe some cousins listening like to hear that name Clay Hill instead of saying I'm from St. Margaret's or this, that, and the other. So local, right here in Annapolis, all of my life, all in this area.
Awesome. So you what school did you attend?
Annapolis High, and had a rough. I was rough. I mean, I'm a reverend now and ordained and all of that. But man, I'm telling you, me in school and all the school, we did not get along.
Well, stop right there for 1 second. You went to what school?
Annapolis High.
Oh Lord.
That's what I'm talking about, Red. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, all right, we're gonna dive into not just your bio, but the Kenya with love. Okay, so I'm gonna allow Deneen to start us off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm gonna. I just wanted to go back to Regina and just talk about her where she started, because that's like a place of my own heart. To be an administrative professional on the path that you started and where you ended up, I mean, that's a gift.
Yes.
It's a gift. It means, and it lines up with where you are right now regarding the whole Kenya effort, in that you have to be able to serve.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically have a gift to serve, and so that is the foundation that has brought you to wherever you are right now. So I just wanted to just kind of congratulate you on utilizing your gift and taking your gift to another level, because that's really what you've done.
And one, just kind of building the bridge from my professional to what I'm doing as an entrepreneur as well. And so again, with that heart of service, I do own my own event space in Odenton called Shyel, the Transformation Space. Again, serving the community, serving small businesses, and really just providing an opportunity for people to come together and connect and be transformed in whatever that looks like as they come in and host an event. And so again, just using those gifts. So thank you for even allowing me to build that bridge from professional to entrepreneurs, and to also serving the community through going to mission trips like Kenya as well.
And actually, Ahmad, when you stopped by our August the second event, Ahmad,
Yes.
that was her place that we were at. That beautiful decoration. He was actually there, Regina. He didn't necessarily know that was your place, but he came by to just help us out on that August 2nd.
Thank you for your support.
He was there, so
that's me. That is
all right, Deneen. I didn't mean to kick you off.
No. I just wanted to give her. Her flowers for that, and just kind of. I was just gonna stay on her for a little bit. I was actually gonna come to your new place where you are, and one of the questions that I had about your facility is, tell me one of the best things that has happened at that facility. One of the things that you're most proud of about the facility.
She's gonna say August the 2nd with
of course
event.
I am. That's high on my list.
The best and greatest event she's ever had.
Well, tell us about that event. I mean, I'm not familiar with that event and what happened, so tell us about it.
Wow. Well, the team of people who are actually traveling, but also many supporters came in. We literally transformed the room, and provided opportunities for people to hear about Kenya with Love, taste some food from the diaspora, and just kind of connect with the team. We had some of our sponsors that were there to be able to see all of their efforts and what their sponsorship means to us, and just seeing and meeting the team that's going to be traveling this year. And so it was a great event. It was a fundraiser. We had some companies come out and support us through their finances. Families and friends came out to support us with coming out and just being a part of it, and supporting those that were there. And so it was it really was a magnificent event. It really was. Yeah, for the first time. And we know that it's not just going to be the first time. Now we know it's going to be an annual thing. It has to be. It really does.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. Now, did you guys, I'm just trying to get a visual. Did you guys like decorate it? Did you have things that are representative from Kenya? Tell me what it looked like.
Absolutely. So coming in, we actually had people. So some of the stuff that we had brought from previous trips, people brought in, and we had banners, we had clothing, we had things on the tables. We had one table where you can actually go and learn how to speak the language that is spoken in Kenya. We had an area where you can go and again talk to those that were going to be traveling. We had, what else? So on this wall, I'm like visually, now I'm visualizing on this wall. Yeah, we had our the humongous, I mean, that banner almost took up most of that wall, like 90% of the wall. We had that with a place for people to come. But yes, it was very much Kenya African centric when you walked in the door. And some people even had their clothing on. Some of us even had our Kenya with Love clothing on. So it was amazing. It really was. And we had some music, some of the music from the diaspora playing as well. So it really just created a vibe. It really did create a moment in the atmosphere.
Actually, her venue I was surprised when I walked in the first time, because my wife, of course, had been there, and then my daughter, who's a senator, she's been there. But I was surprised when I walked in. She has a really nice venue for any type of personal event. It's not a huge space, but it's so beautiful. The flat screen TV that she has, the little kitchenette, everything is real conducive for any type of birthday party, family event. It just so happened that we got together at that day, and you would be blown away by the way that her place was decorated too. So it is a beautiful space there, right in Odenton, Maryland. It's not that expensive. And then most of the time, it's not supposed to, but most of the time when you rent the facility, it comes along with Regina. Most of the time, I've seen her there going live with other people, video thing and from her event. And I was like, Regina, I might call her on the side, say, you come along with the space. Then I've been to birthday parties and stuff like that. So it's beautiful. And then she is powerfully, with Kenya with Love. It was a real treasure when she went to Africa with us the first time. That was a treasure.
Awesome.
Did it? I heard you say something about the native language. Now, I thought that the native language in Kenya was French, but is that not?
No. Most Kenyans speak 4 languages. Okay. All of them speak. If you've been to school, all of them that have been to school speak English, and good English. You start learning English in school. Swahili is the national language. You learn Swahili. Then the average Kenyan speaks their mother tongue too, like Kikuyu, Olua, or Kamba. And then they will also speak the closest tribe to them. So a lot of Kenyans speak 4 languages. Now it's getting a little bit away from it now, because, they speak English and they speak Swahili, but every now and then we'll be there. I've been going 23 years, and we'll be there. We'll run across a Kenyan that don't speak much Swahili, but many of them, and they'll speak English. Now you go out in the countryside, where like way back and out in the countryside, you might run across a one that only speaks their tribal language, Lua or Kamba or Kisi or one. It's 42 tribes, and so most those speak 4 langues.
Oh, okay.
Swahili.
Oh, one last question, and then I'll give it back to Amon because I know he's got things he wants to talk about. How many people can your venue hold?
Shyel, 50 comfortably, no more than 60. So it definitely is an intimately sized facility. Mm-hmm. And that was very intentional, very, very intentional.
No, I get that. That's great. Mm-hmm. I wanted to put it out there because people are constantly looking for venues. I mean, my mom has an annual get together for our family every year. We're always looking for a venue, and we're specifically looking for something right now in that particular area for in the next couple coming months. So that would just definitely might be something to consider. So that's kind of what I was.
Just to kind of go back to your original question. Where Kenya with Love, our fundraiser in August, was definitely high on the list. But it's unusual to answer your question. One of my top, these are just three of one of my favorite events. One of them was actually a homegoing repass. And why do I say that? Because I met the young lady who unfortunately who had a family member, her husband, who passed, and really connected with her when she came to visit. And then really connected with the family. Me and one of my team members really connected with the family to the point that they invite us to their family dinners, things of that nature. They've come back to support Shyel 3 times since last February. And so that is what Shyel is about. It really is, again, bringing people together to connect. You bring a gathering to connect, to leave differently. We want people to come in one way and leave differently. That's why that's my tagline. But so much so that family really connected with us, and just because of some of the ministry background, we were able to minister to the family, not just through our service to the family, even at their events and subsequent events, but just ministering them and just listening and having a listening ear. And so that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It really is serving people in so many different ways and so many facets. But that's one of my favorite ones because we felt the connection and our impact, not just in one event, but subsequent events as well.
Cute, yeah, awesome. Yeah, Armand.
So I want to welcome Vanessa Turner to the show, Jane Buckner. Welcome to the show, and Blackie Queen. Now, there's a lot of people out there that's on YouTube. Say hello to everyone. Let us know that you're here, okay? Red, so you just had celebrated 43 years of marriage.
Yes. Amen.
Yes. Congratulations, Red.
Well, thank you. Terry, my wife, many people know Terry. In fact, many people know Terry better than me because she's always with, she's always with the senator, so they know her.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey, Bill, welcome to the show. Now, Red, how long have you been doing Kenya for Love?
23 years. We've been doing this. It started so simple, and it started like the genesis of it is again, I always give credit to Belinda Winbush, who's a local person right here from Spar Road, her whole family. It was because of her.
Rev, I'm sorry. She's from where?
Spar Road.
Come on, Rev. Continue.
Come, girl.
So that really, so what happened was we allowed this couple from Kenya. They were going to Bible college here in Pennsylvania, and we allowed them, and this was like 24 years ago, 20 whatever. And we allowed them to do a presentation in our church. I was senior pastor over there, Joyce Lane, New Life Church. And we allowed them to do a presentation about feeding hungry school kids beans and rice. You know, that was the old days with the old projector and the microfiche in the film. You know, no churches back then had your fancy push button screens. So we set all that up, and we allowed the people to do a presentation about feeding hungry school kids beans and rice. And I always am careful whenever I share this story to say I was not moved. I was a senior pastor, and they did a presentation about feeding hungry school kids beans and rice, and I was not moved. But after the presentation was over by that missionary couple, I was like, next, take the offering so I can preach, choir, whatever. I was not moved. But Belinda Winbush came to me afterwards and she said, Pastor, we need to help these people. I said, well, okay, Belinda, if we're going to help them, this is new life. You're going to be the leader. And so right then and there, she started what was Kenya Club. And then it went on for a while. And then Belinda was moving to Atlanta. And so she says, Pastor, I'm moving to Atlanta, got a good job down there, So we had to decide, what will we do with this work that Belinda called Kenya Club? So we said, okay, we'll take it as official entity of the church. So we took this work, and then we would like get a cute girl or something, a kid, stand in the middle. Now, this is the old days, back when, you ushered and you came up with your offering. And then we would have the 2 baskets on either side for your tithes and offerings. And we would have a child in the middle. And we would say, this child is holding the basket for feeding hungry school kids beans and rice in Kenya. And that went on for a while. And then my wife said, she said to me, she said, hon, either we have to go and see whether we're really feeding hungry school kids, because once we send the money down to Texas to the Cayuse, we don't know whether it's true. And she said, either you need to go to Africa and see whether it's true, or we need to stop. I was like, who, go where? And so, but I didn't want to stop, so I had to go. So we got ready. We went to Africa. When I went out to the village where the money was actually going, I was so ashamed of the meager means in which we were sending. I mean, first thing, that was in the old days, wasn't no cell phone. Got back to the hotel, emailed them, send triple, send double, send all you can send. I was messed up. So I get back to America, and people don't want to give no money, don't want to hear. And then I remember, when you first heard, you were not moved. So I changed from trying to get people to give to get people to go. And when you get people to go, you get a Regina Lewis.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yes. Always make people a part of your efforts. Give them some kind of ownership into things. That's great. Love it.
Awesome. And he does good at delegating. The pastor delegates well. Isn't that right, Regina?
Take note, Armand.
It's so true. But that's a good thing. It's because it's team.
We have a team. In fact, our T-shirts this year says the power of a team. So we have an awesome team. Armand saw them in action, and you've seen them at different places. Like when we did the Juneteenth parade festival. Oh my God, I was so proud of my team. We had it's just one girl with us, her name's Summer Royale, and then Summer Royal. I'm sorry. And then she is, I don't know, she's not no spring chicken, but she ran beside our parade float from St. John College all the way out to Amos Garrett. She never stopped running and giving out things as we was going. That's what kind of team we have. And then Janelle Price, she's also not that young. We coming down West Street in the Juneteenth parade. She sees some people that she wants to give an invitation to. She jumps off of the moving float, and then she goes the rest of the way. So we have an awesome team. One of them you already said is listening tonight, or several of them are listening, but Jane Buckner.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so Kelvin, welcome to the show, and Linda Scott, welcome to the show. So Regina,
yes,
how did you learn about this?
I'm almost embarrassed to say that I've known about this for over how long? 10?
18 years or something.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. time. It's been a long time just because of our church affiliations and being a part of the same ministry. And it's, it's one of those things where, oh, I'm going to go next year. Oh, I'm going to go next year. Oh, I'm going to go next year. Because we're always going. We're always doing. Oh, I'm gonna go next year. And so, and of course, Pastor Nolan was, Sister Regina, you coming? You coming? Of course, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. So finally, last year, decided just to go. It was celebrating my 60th birthday. I don't know if I should say that, but I was celebrating my 60th.
Not alone. Yeah,
but it is. Come on now. And so, with celebrating my 60th birthday, that was my gift to myself. Was the trip to Kenya. And so, so finally, almost after 18 years, was able to go. And as soon as I went, we already knew it was going to be life changing. As soon as you get off the plane, and you see our family, and you see our people. It is, and that was just the first night of arriving, you already knew that it was going to be life changing. And I already knew at that point that I was coming back next year. Already knew it. Tears coming down your eyes. They're saying, welcome home. You're just like, oh, I'm home. So yeah. So that's the reason why there was no doubt about that I was definitely going to be coming back the following year, for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you one more question. I'm going to pass it back to the name. Jack Abrams, welcome to the show. If you're out there, and I can see it's lit up, subscribe to the show. Now, what was your most exciting? Well, before I ask you that, tell me, now when I was there, I actually saw the animals look both ways before crossing the street. You ever experienced something like that?
I didn't experience the animals walking across the street, but I did experience the safari for the first time. And I'm a tiger, lion, cheetah. I'm a lover of the animals, of the tigers, of the cat family. And to see, you see it on TV. And you see it on National Geographic, and you see the magazines, and you see, but there's nothing, absolutely nothing like seeing it in person, where you see them in their habitat, and we're coming onto their land, and they're welcoming. I mean, there wasn't any fear. It was just literally beholding these beautiful animals, such as the cheetahs and the lions and the elephants and the giraffes and the gazelles. It was just absolutely amazing.
So what was your most exciting time there?
Ooh, that's hard. That is hard to one of the most exciting times was for me to actually preach at one of the churches. I had a short message that the Lord gave to me, and I was able to minister to a church. It was a small church, and I'll say it was beautiful because it was beautiful to the people that were attending the church, and they were so authentic, and they were so ready for what the Lord had given me. And then to find out after I provided the word was that in the next season that the church was going to, it literally spoke to their next season. And so that's what's exciting to me. Like, wow, like you used me, like Regina from Anne Arundel County, to go all the way to Kenya to provide confirmation to, this beautiful small community of people that were looking for some confirmation, and here I am was to give it to them. And so Jane and I had just a phenomenal time there. And so that was one of the most exciting things for me, just as little old me in Kenya, getting confirmation from them saying that, I brought something that meant something to them, that was so impactful to them. So that was one of the times. But then I can talk about the time that we went to the women's prison. And I can talk about the time when we went to our own Union Church's children's orphanage. And so it was so many. It was so many. But that's
I'm determined that with you guys or anybody from Kenya with Love, we need really more time because you are excited. You can see the excitement, man. It's the joy in telling your story. But before I pass it to Deneen, I'm gonna mess this name up. And this is probably somebody that you guys know.
Fatima.
Yes.
That's Fatima West. She's one of our media. A lot of what you see Kenya with Love on media is Fatima's. So it's a wonder you don't know Fatima. Fatima West is awesome. She's one of the team.
awesome.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, thank you, Red. Thank you.
Amen.
On you, Deneen.
Okay. So I was actually looking at the media and looking at I guess it's like a newsletter or something that says making dreams come true.
Oh, yeah.
I love that tagline on there. Is that, what I'm trying to understand, how did you guys get connected to Kenya? What was, there are a lot of different countries. There's a lot of people, a lot of different places that are in need. How did you guys choose Kenya as the place?
Well, as I shared, when that team did that sharing, but as one thing Regina was saying, when you land, we fly down from London. I had one of the most powerful experiences in the world. Flew down from London. That was the first trip, 2004. And when those wheels of that 747 touched the ground after 8.5-hour flight down over the Sahara Desert, down through the savannah, when that plane wheels touched Kenya and it touched down, this peace came over me like, whoa. I was like, God, what is that? And I literally heard this. Something said to me, this is the voice of the bones of your ancestors buried in this ground saying, welcome home. Whoa. Many people, Regina can tell you, many of us experience that. It's like you're home. And they'll say to us literally, you're Joseph, who have gone and it's time now, you come back home. So and then one of the things I love about Kenya is the work that we're doing in a lot of the countries like Nigeria. And I just talked to a friend of mine that goes to Ghana, and he said the same thing. You have a lot of street kids everywhere. 2004 in Kenya, there were street kids everywhere. I've been in Johannesburg, Joburg, street kids everywhere. First year of ever going to Kenya, street kids. And then one day in 2017, I was with LaTanya Jemerson and Bishop Larry Lee Thomas. And I noticed in 2017, I said, whoa, that's what's different. Where are all the street kids? Kenya, not that it has solved this problem, but Kenya is one of the countries over there where it's a fraction of the street kids. In fact, because I wanted to make sure we're doing the right ministry. So we have a Rachel, who works for Kenya with Love year round. I asked Rachel, I said, Rachel, in Get the Ride, that's the large slum, are they street kids? She said, well, if you go out to the big circle, the big roundabout, there are a few street kids. Now, in 2004, when I landed, and Amar been there, so he can tell you, it was street kids everywhere. Joburg, when I went there, street kids. I have friends in Ghana, Kenya, because of organizations like we partner with and work with, you have to now go find street kids. But when you are an American and a 3-year-old street kids living, and the oldest one looking to be 9 or 12 living on the streets, and you see that I saw that for myself in 2004. And then one of the orphanage that we have, that's now the Union Center, thanks to Pastor Stephen and Pastor Zai there, and at the Union Church up there. We don't even have to do anything for that orphanage, but that orphanage came out of what was 10 street kids. So, I mean, but Kenya, I love Kenya because now it has, because of grassroots organizations, you can go downtown and not see a street kid. Did you see any street kids, Regina?
Yeah, we might have saw just a few outside of a store that we were at, but other than and then there was maybe 10, 15 that came out of nowhere. But yeah, you just didn't see them. They just weren't like lingering around or things of that nature. Not at all. Beautiful.
Because
so are you saying that because of your programs that the kids are being more productive? Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily. See, everyone helps. See, like we work with 10 different organizations over there, and like I say, we started one orphanage, one school. It's just the country. And actually, I just learned recently, like I said, I've been going for 23 years. Really, it is when the new president, when President Kibaki came in, President Kibaki was not a dictator. Daniel Moi was a dictator. When I first went to Kenya, 2004, it would take you literally 6 hours to get from your downtown hotel to the international airport. Now it takes us an hour and 15 minutes. Well, that was, yeah. I mean, good leadership. The whole country rises up. So instead of a dictator depressing the country, now you had Kibaki, a economist. I remember the first time I was going down the street in Kenya, and I saw a sign, money to lend. Money to lend. I mean, that was something you didn't see. And so that's how that nation, but the whole nation is coming up. But it is organizations like the ones we work with. I mean, literally in 2004, 2005, 2006, 7, 8, I mean, just street kids everywhere. But as the country had good, strong president and good leadership, that brought it up. But then you have these organizations like we work with. Amazing Wonders, one of our favorite, they have 101 kids there at that orphanage. Many of them at one time lived on the street. When we first met them, me and Janelle Price first went into their orphanage, they had 35 kids in this old place. In Kenya with Love, our organization built them, moved them from that old place, built a brand new compound for them, or nicer compound. It's luxury compared to where they were. It's still just metal, but compared to where they were, it's luxury. But that's the work that we do. That's what Kenya with Love is.
Good. That's awesome.
Amen.
Armand?
So I'm going to show you guys a few comments that are made. You know, Colleen Jeff, welcome to the show. She's 11. What's going on? Is that Summer Royal?
That's one of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said one of the heartfelt moments was meeting the widows of the women in prison.
Oh my God! And that was two different things. It was the widows, and also it was two different experiences. So because we had a lot of experiences, Armand, it was almost to the point where you had to just go back to your hotel room and just let it all sink in, because the women's prison was just an experience all by itself. Yeah.
So
And
we
go ahead.
just had a meeting, face-to-face meeting, because right now it's 14 of us in my immediate group. So we had a face-to-face meeting, and everybody did their icebreaker in their introduction. Summer and Jane Buckner in there, because the icebreaker was, tell us about your first experience. They literally was crying at our meeting, trying to voice their first experience. So if you ever want to know, everybody who was at that meeting was already signed on and was going to go. But if you had any doubt after you watch Summer, who's watching this, start crying before she could finish her whole icebreaker. Well, first time I went to Kenya. And then Jane Buckner the same way. So, I mean, it is a powerful experience.
It really is. It really,
Wow.
and I will say that you think you're prepared for what you see, and second for what you experience. But you have to, as long as you're open-minded and just like, let's just go. We're just going to go and just allow to be used. And you come back and you think that you're ministering to them, but it's so much more that you bring back. And then you look at things here differently. You look at life differently. You look at women's sanitary napkins, and I'm gonna say what it is. But you look at those differently, because something that we just think that you just go to the store and buy, it is so different in a place where people don't have. You just look at life differently. I look at bottled water differently, because there you have to be very mindful of what you drink there. And so for us to leave a half bottled water just sitting on the table and you walk away, do you understand what that half a bottle of water could mean to someone in Kenya or any other country? That water is not necessarily just this thing that we just can kind of throw away. So it really does just change your outlook on life itself. It really, really does. It's amazing.
Okay, so now this next question is for both of you, okay? And this based off of my experience there. How's the mosquitoes?
So, I will say this now, just because of Reverend Nolan and everything that he knows about Kenya, we were prepared. So we had stuff to spray. We had the bracelets. He told us what to do, what to wear, things of that nature. So although they might have been there, many of us on our team did not have to experience anything where it was like, the mosquitoes, because we were prepared. We were prepared.
So, and we do three to four briefings before you go, though. But you really run into mosquitoes when you're out on safari. We stay at the Masai Mara and Mara Simba Lodge, which is right in the middle of Masai Mara. I was watching National Geographic, and they was doing a countdown to the 10 most exciting places to vacation in the world. I was sitting on my couch a few years ago, and they count down, and they got to number one most exciting. They said safari in Kenya, East Africa at Masai Mara. I was jumping up off of my couch because I've been there about 16, 17 times. But we literally stay in a lodge in the middle of, in fact, one person was saying, I don't know if I want to do that again, whether I want to stay out where the lions and where the animals are, but we stay in the lodge there. But that's the time when you might run across some mosquitoes.
Yeah.
When I was there, I went to a place, Kericho and Kisumu, and in the room, there was a net, mosquito net.
Yeah.
Same thing? Is it like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So how's the food? How's the food?
I always try to go to Regina first, because ladies first.
Okay. So your taste buds are not ready they're not ready. They're just not ready. The food, and it's so, I didn't even finish my sentence. The food is amazing. It's amazing. And everything is so fresh. It just, you can just tell, again, you come back home, you be like, I want to go back to Kenya. But you come back and the food is like, the food is so good. And then you see how they make the food. Like we have ovens and this and that and pots and pans and this and that and then and the special knives and all of that. And they have their normal stuff that they use, not all the fancy stuff that costs hundreds of dollars to buy. And they created this, every time we went someplace, they created this buffet of food, and you could just taste the difference, how fresh everything was. It was so good. And the seasonings that they used were so delicious. Okay, I'm finished.
The freshness of the food is incredible, because they don't use a lot of refrigeration. So that beef that you're eating was killed this morning. Fatima is making sure that we talk about the chapati and the
Oh,
ungali and those samosas. Ooh.
ooh, thank you.
We
Yeah.
we we
Thank
eat
you.
at a place called Jane's House, the Union Church Center. All of my guests is always like, why can't we just go back to Jane's? Well, when we hit the ground, we have 10 sites to cover, so we are good. So the food is fresh. But one thing I'll say is this: riding down the street, Kenya is different. So you're riding down the street, it's 80 degrees, and there's meat hanging in the window. There's cow legs hanging in the butcher shop. There's some chickens hanging there, but those chickens was killed in the morning, and they'll be sold by the evening. So they don't deal with a lot of refrigeration. So food is good.
Mm.
So
And that was
I'm
different to see, though. That was different to see, Armand. I was like, what we got? What we looking at over? What's that? And we gonna eat.
Yeah, you're riding down the street and you see a half a cow hanging
Let me
in
be
the
honest.
butcher shop window behind the glass,
Right.
and it's 80 degrees outside, and it's
Yeah.
not in the refrigeration, but it
Right,
was
right.
just killed in the morning. So.
Armand, I was like, oh, okay, are we gonna be? What we
We
gonna
gonna-
do with it? But it was so good. Oh,
Oh man. Hey, so what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pass it over to Deneen, and then we're gonna speed up a little bit. We are running out of time.
oh my
Okay.
gosh.
See, told you, Regina. Time went right. You're like, oh my God, an hour. What? No, it went really quick. So I actually had two things I wanted to say. I wanted to once again give kudos to Regina for her company. What is it? Shyel.
Shyel, the transformation.
Shyel. She from the Central Maryland Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year for 2025.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And also, I wanted to ask about the name Shyel. Is
Oh,
that
Mhm.
where's that? Where did you get that from? What does it come from?
Probably 20 years ago, I heard a minister preach about the Shyel woman, and it's a Hebrew word, Chayel, and it means strength through battle. And they talked about the Proverbs, for those with my faith hat on. They talked about the Proverbs 31 woman and how everyone talks about who this woman is at the end of her journey, but not who she started with. And so most of us start with a story that we've got to go through some hills and valleys and learn through and transform our minds and just be transformed through the hills and valleys of life experiences. And so the Shyel woman represents someone that is strong through life's battles. And so I always wanted Shyel to be the name of my place, but I wanted it to be a little bit longer. And so one day I was driving, and the transformation space literally dropped into my spirit. And so now it's Shyel, the transformation space. So I tell my guests, you come in and you host an event, and no matter what it is, allow someone to experience whatever it is and be transformed by the renewing of their mind and leave differently. So that's where it came from.
Love it. I love that. I love that. Go ahead, Armand. It's like we are running out of time. I mean, there's so much more to talk about. Like, I'm ready to go to Kenya.
Before we run out of time, one, always our ask is this. Our ask is go to our website, make donations. And our other ask is go to Kenya with us. Every second week of February, we go. In fact, if you own a passport, you can go with us next month. 80-degree weather. Our website, www.KWL Africa. Donations is how we do what we do. You wouldn't believe it. Grassroots donations is how we do it. People like yourself, people like Regina, and everybody. So go with us and donate.
Can somebody put that in the chat? Can you ask Fatima to put that in the chat, the website?
Yeah.
www.kwlafrica.com. Fatima, post it, Fatima, she's saying.
Put it in the chat for us.
I know there's lots of organizations that ask for your hard-earned money, and we totally get it. But what I can say is that the money that is provided to Kenya with Love goes to people that need what we give. And I've seen it for myself, that it's not, like Pastor Nolan doesn't get paid. It's not like this team of people that get paid and then the rest goes to. No, that's not what it is. It is your money literally is making amazing impact for many communities and many mothers and many children in Kenya. And so just know it is a trusted space to donate your hard-earned dollars. It really is. Sowing the seed will bring forth major fruit. It really will.
That's
Amen.
awesome.
See, we got to bring you guys back. We're just, I mean, yeah, there's just so much more. So thank you guys so much.
So you said it's KWL.
Africa.com. Standing for Kenya with Love.
Right.
KWL Africa.com. Mm-hmm.
Is it for Africa or Africa?
No, Africa. And there's links on there. It's videos that will make you cry.
Amen. 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 That's good. That's good stuff.
So
sure.
we're gonna get ready to close it out, but before we do, I'm gonna allow you, Regina, to give some last second encouraging words.
Wow.
You, Rev. But before we get to that point, do you see this lasting? How long do you see this lasting?
If you're talking to me, it cannot stop because the need is there. And once you experience Kenya, through Kenya with Love, your heart is already tied to the people there, the communities there, the orphanages there. Your heart, it's a heart thing. Your heart is tied. And so will this continue? It has to continue. It must continue.
Amen.
Now that I've seen, you can't unsee it. And so that's where the heart is. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, before we get to you, Reb, do you have any last second thing that you want to say to me? Anything that you want to say to either one of them?
Well, what I did want to say, just as food for thought, I just wanted to know: are you guys, do you guys have like data analytics where you are tracking, your efforts there, the orphanages, what's happening with people there, things like that? Because those are the things that will help to continue to build on the foundation, but also build for people to be able to sow into there. When you start saying, "Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that," and you have the analytics to show that. So I was just throwing it out there just for you guys, just to know that you guys.
Well, we have it of sort because we have a lot of different literature, like the powerful magazines and stuff that we're producing. But like when you see girls like Naomi, we send girls. Well, it's mostly girls. It's some guys too. Yeah, when you see powerful productions like that we do, so we kind of have the analytics. But when you see girls like Naomi, who we put 4-year university full ride, comes from an orphanage. Right now we have 3 in college right now, 2 in universities. 1 just graduated, just sent another to a university. Preparing, we have 1 just graduated high school. If her grades come back right, she's going on a 4-year full. And there, because we're dealing with orphans, it's either full ride or no ride. So a girl named Levina is getting ready, if her high school grades is right, to go on a full 4-year university paid.
I love that. See, that's what I'm talking about. And that's just not so that people are, whatever, but it's just nice to see that, because that's another whole show about, what's happening, the results of the efforts. That's another whole show. So go ahead, Armand, take it back.
So you just opened the door for Rev to come back, right?
Thank you.
Hey, I want to thank both of you for appearing on the show tonight. This was really enlightening. And next time that you come back, it's going to be longer than 1 hour. Okay, it's so much great stuff that you guys are doing, so much great information, and you really had me reflecting back to when I was there. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I love it. A lot of great comments. So what we're going to do now, something encouraging. We're going to let you guys take us out, and then we're going to leave. But before we do, Next week, we have another exciting guest, Blair Smith, will be on the show at 8 o'clock. Tune in every Monday to my Corner Truth show. And then next Tuesday, she'll be back. Our health and fitness guru, Melissa Natter Pryor. You first, Regina. Anything encouraging you would like to leave for the people?
First, thank you for joining in. And if you ever have an opportunity to travel to Kenya, visit Kenya with Love. Come and join us. We would love to have you so that you can experience someone telling you, welcome home, once you land in Kenya.
Thank you, Ahmad, and thank you, Deneen, for having us and giving us this time and space. We truly enjoyed it. If I had something uplifting to say, I would say get behind this show and keep making it great.
Good stuff. Thank you, guys. I want to go to Kenya. I need the information. I'm ready. I got my passport. Do I have to take shots? How many shots do I have to take?
I don't take shots. I've been 20 years. All I take is malaria pills. But our vice president, Janelle Price, would tell me never say that. She always says, you must say to them, consult your physician, Nolan. Yes, Janelle, I hear you.
Okay. I'm just wondering, how much time do I need to prepare? Because it's only, it's next month.
As long as you own your passport. And right now, the flight tickets went down. We were just trying to book another one of my grandsons. I'm taking one of my grandsons. His name is Khalil. He's Senator Shanika's son. I'm taking him to Kenya full ride because of Grandpa. But I want to make sure that he has this experience in Kenya. So those are the types of things we're doing. But you can go.
How long do you guys stay?
Deneen, they're going to hold tight. They're going to hold tight. And,
we're going to the back, right?
Yeah.
We use 10 days of their time.
2 weeks.
Hold on, guys.